Hey, it's Adam Goldfein bringing you the legal information that you need. God forbid you're involved in an auto accident. I'm joined here with Richard Griffin, one of Atlanta's top personal injury attorneys. Richard, often people are involved in a car crash between two cars. What happens, God forbid, if you're involved in a car crash, say with a big rig, a big heavy-duty truck? Is it the same type of claim, or are there nuances that make getting involved in a truck case different?
Well, there are certainly differences. You're going to have a lot of information that's going to need to be evidence, that's going to need to be protected and obtained right at the very beginning. You've got scenarios with big trucks where they have limits on the hours that they can drive, they have limits on the weight that they can have. They have logs, they have computer logs sometimes with GPS, they have manual logs. All of those things need to be protected and discovered as quickly as possible to preserve that information, because you can have a negligent driver who's driving a big rig, and it can be a totally different case if it's negligence or if it's negligence and they were driving too many hours and they were fatigued and putting others at risk. That increases the value of the case because that's more egregious.
You know, one of the things that always strikes me when I think of truck accidents, I don't think that people realize how much weight could be in a semi. You know, I've seen that semis can carry up to 80,000 pounds. You know, when you compare that to the weight of a car, God forbid you have a crash with a semi on an interstate, it's going to have devastating injuries to the person who's struck.
It really is. I mean, a lot of these are permanent catastrophic injuries where you might have permanent brain injuries or spinal injuries where someone's paralyzed, or you may have herniated discs that require surgery and injections, you know, that are going to require treatment for the rest of your life.
And you might even have other vehicles that are involved. And isn't it also important to make sure that every person's rights are protected and that you don't have one driver blaming you or blaming something that your vehicle did on the accident? So I would imagine that's also important.
It's enormously important. I mean, those investigating that, getting witness recorded statements so that you can lock in what happened and prove that, you know, you were not at fault and you were the victim of someone else's negligence.
Yeah, I think it's very important that people realize that they have to get the information that they need. They have to do the case investigation. If you're involved in a car accident, especially with a heavy-duty truck, it's not just as simple as get a police report and file a claim with your insurance carrier. These are highly sophisticated matters. And don't forget, even the insurance for the big rigs could be different than a regular automobile policy. So they'll have all sorts of nuances that the average consumer might not be capable of handling. So we're encouraging you, call the phone number that's on the screen if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident with a heavy-duty rig. If you haven't, we want you to put that phone number in your cell phone so you always have a trusted source that you could turn to. God forbid the unexpected happens.